In our last video, we established the relation I plus E is equal to A plus D. That is, the sum of the angle of incidence and angle of emergence is equal to sum of the angle of prism and angle of deviation. From this equation, we can conclude that this angle of deviation depends upon angle of incidence, angle of prism, material of the prism used, and the wavelength of the light. Now, for a given prism and for a given wavelength of light, the angle of deviation depends on angle of incidence only. And this the first diagram, it is a graph between the angle of deviation and angle of incidence. So with increasing angle of incidence, this is the variation of the angle of deviation. Now from this graph, we can understand that the angle of deviation decreases with increasing the angle of incidence and attain a minimum value here. So see, this is dm, then again it increases with increasing the angle of incidence. And from this graph again we can observe that for a given angle of deviation there are two different angle of incidence, but for a minimum angle of deviation there is only one angle of incidence. Now this is the minimum angle of deviation dm, and the corresponding angle of incidence is I, suppose. So which is the angle of minimum deviation? The minimum value of angle of deviation suffered by a ray on passing through a prism is called angle of minimum deviation. See, this one is the minimum angle of deviation. Now let us find the equation relating refractive index of the material of prism, angle of minimum deviation and angle of prism. See, the ray which suffers minimum deviation passes symmetrically through the prism and is parallel to the base. From this diagram we can observe that this angle of deviation is a minimum angle of deviation, and for a minimum angle of deviation the refracted ray Fg passes symmetrically through the prism. That is, in this case angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. Also this angle of refraction in the for the face AB is equal to the angle of incidence for the face AC. So why this happens? Because when the ray suffers minimum angle of deviation, then it moves symmetrically through the prism. So let us write this one. The ray which suffers minimum deviation passes symmetrically through the prism. And the refracted ray and the ray is parallel to the base BC. The refracted ray FG is parallel to the base BC, that is for minimum deviation, that is written as dm, as it is symmetrical to the base, so that is for minimum deviation I is equal to E, that is angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence, and R1, that is angle of refraction in the first phase, is equal to R2, that is the angle of incidence for the second phase. As these two are equal, let us write this as RC. In our last video, we established the relation that R1 plus R2 is equal to A. That was in equation number 3. And also we established the relation I plus E is equal to A plus D. Small d it is. Sorry, D. Only D, huh? Write this as I plus E is equal to A plus D, and it was the equation number 4. Now applying Snell's law for the refraction at the face AB, applying Snell's law for refraction at face A B. We can take the face SC also, but here we are taking face AB. We know that sin I divided by sin R is equal to mu2 divided by mu1. Here we are taking the face AB. So for this we know that the outer medium, this is mu1, is the air medium whose refractive index is 1, and this material of prism having the refractive index mu2. Here mu2 is written as mu. So we can write this equation. This is the equation number 5. So we can also write this like this. Instead of mu2, we will write mu divided by 1 is equal to sin I divided by sin R. So this implies mu is equal to sin I divided by sin R. Now let us replace this I and R by other values. See, in the equation number 3, we have from equation 3 we have R1 plus R2 is equal to A. This implies A is equal to R1 plus R2. Sorry, we didn't require this one. So this implies R1 plus R2. Here we have taken R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R for minimum deviation position. So R plus R is equal to A. This implies 2R is equal to A. This implies R is equal to A divided by 2. Write this as equation number 7. Again, from equation 4 we have equation 4 we have I plus E is equal to A plus D. But for minimum deviation position, I is equal to E, or angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence. So instead of E, we have written here I. So I plus I is equal to A plus, this is angle of minimum deviation dm, because for this angle of deviation only I is equal to E. So from this we can write 2I is equal to A plus dm. So this implies I is equal to A plus dm divided by 2. So write this as equation number 8. Now putting the value of I and R from equation 7 and 8 in equation 6. Now putting values of I and R from equation 7 and 8 in equation 6. We will get, see, this implies the refractive index of the material of prism mu is equal to sin A plus dm divided by 2 divided by sin A by 2. So this is the required relation between the refractive index of the material of prism, angle of prism and angle of minimum deviation.